Hey Al, it's Dr. Wright. Today in Random in Psychology, we are going to be talking about Lawrence Kohlberg's theory of moral development. So typically when we think of cognitive development in children and humans in general, we think about Piaget. And Piaget did talk some about moral development, which would relate to the thinking of what is right, what is wrong, what is appropriate for me to do, what is inappropriate for me to do. But Kohlberg's research specifically focused simply on moral development. And he developed a stage theory, and it included 6 stages where we move from self interest to an understanding of justice and universal ethics. Although not everyone, according to Kohlberg, moves into the justice and universal ethics area. Kohlberg believed that these changes in our moral development occur due to cognitive development in our brain, also due to social experiences, and then also due to the ability to take other people's perspectives. He did provide age ranges for each of the levels, but it wasn't so much, according to him, about the age, but more about the quality and complexity of the reasoning. So let's talk a little bit about his stages. So there were 3 levels. Level 1 is pre-conventional morality, and this goes up to about age 9. But again, it's really related to the cognitive development of the individual as opposed to a specific age number. So there's 2 stages in level 1. Stage 1 is obedience and punishment orientation. This is where our moral reasoning is based on direct consequences. So basically, things are judged as wrong if they lead to punishment. And this can actually bring about some interesting conversations about how children are raised and what they're punished for. And as they grow older, what will they perceive as right and wrong? Stage 2 looks at individualism and exchange. Children recognize that others have their own needs and perspectives, and moral decisions are really made based on self interest and involve an exchange of favors. So basically, a tit for tat exchange. What is it? What's in it for me? If I do this for you, what are you going to do for me? Level 2 is called conventional morality, and this is for adolescence and adulthood. Stage 3 looks at interpersonal relationships. So, in stage 3, moral reasoning focuses on gaining approval and maintaining good relationships with others. Our actions are judged based on intention and how they affect these relationships. Stage 4, we talk about maintaining social order. Individuals consider society as a whole when making moral judgments, and the focus is on obeying laws and rules in order to maintain social order and to respect authority. And then with level 3, we've got 2 stages again. Stage 5 is social contract and individual rights, where individuals recognize that laws are social agreements that can be changed if they no longer serve the greater good. These moral decisions are considered individual rights, and we are thinking about the well being of society as we are making our decisions. And then stage 6 looks at universal ethical principles. This is the highest stage where moral reasoning is based on self chosen ethical principles that are abstract but also universal, such as justice, equity, equality, human rights. Individuals at this stage are willing to act based on these principles, even if they conflict with laws and with social norms. So, while this theory may sound interesting and it may resonate with us, there's some research that indicates that the findings that Kohlberg came up with are challenging. One of the things that we know is that Kohlberg did most of his research, gathered most of his data to support his theory from Western male participants. So there's been some questions as to whether or not these results apply as well to Western female participants. So there are some questions about sex and gender and whether or not um, this would apply to females. The research does show that gender differences are small, but they're also complex because they're based upon particular decisions. There's other questions about the applicability or generalizability to these results in this theory to other cultures, so non-Western cultures, non-white cultures, and there has been a lot of research that indicates that in other countries, on other continents, the results are not the same. So there is a question of whether or not these results can be generalized to other groups. So that has been our discussion of Lawrence Kohlberg's theory of moral development in psychology. Um, I look forward to talking to you tomorrow about something different.